Well, we're here again today at the show, and we're here to talk about opportunities for Australian manufacturing and the organisations that are around to assist manufacturers in their journey to excellence. And I'm here with Mike Morrow from QMI. Mike, first of all, we live in a world of acronyms, so for those that don't know who QMI are, just give us the spiel.
Yes, thanks, Shane. QMI Solutions started out back in 1993. Set up by the Queensland Government as Queensland Manufacturing Institute, hence that's where QMI comes from. We started off as a technology diffusion agency, helping Queensland manufacturers adopting best technology that's from around the world, and also to obviously help them improve their productivity. Yep. What we found though, that bringing in new technology, hard technology like stereolithography, water jet cutting and so on, wasn't enough for them. We found that they had to have good systems behind this new technology, and so yep. we branched out further from hard technology into what we call soft technology. So we started to get into concepts like lean manufacturing, sustainability, and also yep. Rapid R&D, research right. and development. Yep. We changed the name from Queensland Manufacturing Institute to QMI Solutions back in 2002 to acknowledge that fact. And in the recent years, we've also expanded beyond just lean manufacturing and so on, and have 3 other divisions that have come on board QMI Solutions. Right. That being Manufacturing Skills Queensland, or MSQ. Yep. We also have the Queensland chapter of the National Framework for Industry Capability Network, okay. ICN.
We're going to talk about these in a bit more detail
yes.
in a minute. Yep.
And also, most recently last year was AIC, the Australian Institute for Commercialisation.
Right. Okay.
What we've come across is that we want to get SMEs in Queensland on a journey to excellence to help yep. them with their growth and become competitive on a global scale. Yep. And so we've adopted the fact that we've got skills, capability, performance and innovation amongst those 3 departments, and also the original QMI, which we call the performance division, right. Yep. to move ahead.
Yeah, good. We use the term TMTs, technologies, methodologies and techniques. So it's one thing to invest in the technology to start with, but if you don't have the underlying principles of being able to use it effectively, you're not going to be able to be globally competitive. So tell us a bit more about the journey to excellence. You have a program that
yes.
And are you just Queensland based, or do you branch out into other states?
We do branch out into other states. I mean, our programs are open to all throughout Australia. Yep. However, we're very closely tied to the Queensland Government. So the Queensland right. Government is very supportive of manufacturing in Queensland, and so yep. That we have a subsidised program that okay. we have. So that's only available to Queensland yes. Queensland companies. Yep. But we're open to business anywhere, basically.
Yeah. Okay. You touched on the skills Queensland, the skills network that you're involved in. Can you give us a bit more detail on what they do?
Yes, the skills.
Manufacturing skills.
Yeah,
Queensland,
manufacturing skills Queensland.
Yep.
Basically, they're I guess an outlet for helping manufacturers in Queensland with their skills requirements, and so they do a lot of work with registered training organisations as well, and yep. and to try and bridge that gap. Yep. We also get involved a lot with programs like leading and managing change, and also project management. Okay. And also coming up in May the 18th, there is a manufacturing skills conference being held in Brisbane. Yep. So anyone can log on to our website and have a look for that. And yep. There are some very esteemed speakers on there. Professor Goran Rus from VTT in Finland yep. is on there as well.
Yep. Yeah, good.
Perhaps if I go back to the journey to excellence, I think
Yeah.
I didn't quite answer
Yes.
that question.
Yeah.
There are 4 elements of the journey to excellence model that we have, and the first element is about awareness. So we like to get SMEs in Queensland aware of best practices, and it could be through the skills, innovation, and so on. Through clinics, through our websites, we do breakfast clinics and one-day workshops, just to get them aware that sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
And so get them to think about that. The next stage is about assessment. So once they're aware of where they need to improve upon, we assess them through various benchmarking tools. We have Pro for manufacturing, microscope tools, services as well, and also our Improve innovation benchmark. That gives us somewhere to go in terms of where they are in terms of their best practices, certainly in terms of performance and practices. And then we can get them into implementation stage, which is the third stage, and look at areas where they are weak in, and we can actually plan assistance if they so desire,
right,
to help them get on that in that stage.
Yeah.
The fourth stage is growth. So once they have the implementation happening, they can then start to embed those new practices, and hopefully from that stage is to grow in their business as a result.
Yeah. Okay. And are you involved with Enterprise Connect in that in that process as well? Or
yes, we're very work closely with that. In fact, they're in our building at 8 Mile Plains in Brisbane.
Yep.
Yes, what we find is in Queensland, especially having the support of the Queensland government in manufacturing assistance, is that when Enterprise Connect conduct their business reviews, which is the holistic review of an organisation, where there's aspects of best practice in manufacturing that they've identified, well then they come to us for Queensland companies to assist them. Then have the avenue of subsidy support through the best practice support program from the Queensland government. And vice versa, we find also when we're dealing with SMEs that it may not be just manufacturing related issues that they need to go through, but it could be other related items, aspects like quality assurance or marketing, whatever, and then we also make sure that they get referred to Enterprise Connect as well.
Yeah, right. And you've got, you mentioned ICN before, you've got them involved in the in your building as well?
Yes, ICN are certainly an integral part of QMI Solutions, and we're finding also that from a Queensland perspective, we have a program that is run through the ICN in Queensland called the Major Projects Supplier Program, or MPSP, that we enable companies, Queensland companies, to critique themselves through a benchmarking program. I guess through the eyes of a major project principal, how would a perfect supplier look in terms of their systems? And so we can then review where the gaps are and come up with an action plan accordingly.
Getting SMEs involved in major projects is an ongoing challenge, I think, for at an SME level, is working out how they tap into different supply chains within different areas. Do you assist in that process at all?
Yes, certainly we assist in other areas. We have a broad network. Obviously, we have a close tie with the Queensland government and also the local councils. And so we have, I guess one of the networks we get involved with from the AIC's point of view was the QWIN, Queensland-wide Industry Network.
Right.
Especially for companies who want to commercialise their products or just to improve the innovation side of things. We have innovation coaches for AIC which work through the network and help companies to move forward.
So where do you see opportunities for manufacturers, for Queensland manufacturers into the future?
Certainly we see opportunities in innovation as to move forward. I guess lean manufacturing is certainly a good a basic foundation for competitiveness, but it gets to a point where you can have so much lean, but if you're not getting further orders, your funds are going to dry out. So having innovation is certainly a worthwhile thing for companies to look at. And we've done some work with some sister organisations like Fraunhofer Institute of Industrial Engineering, where we've adopted their model for what we call cost-focused innovation, where we're starting to look at helping SMEs look at their customers and trying to analyse from the customer's viewpoint what is important to them in terms of their products and services. That through a series of tools, through a tool kit that Fraunhofer have developed, we can assist SMEs in actually tailoring their products and services to compete with a competition from low-cost economies by focusing on reducing costs in their products and services.
Okay. So the message to Queensland manufacturers is invest in new technology, develop the skills, work with QMI Solutions, and there's opportunities out there to grab hold of.
That's right.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for your
Shane.
time.